Hi, everybody. I'm Jen Spencer, and this is Jen Spencer's 10-Minute Book Club. Hi, readers. Thank you for being here tonight. It's a new year with lots of new books to read. I'm so excited for the lineup we have this year. You are going to love the writers that we talk about and the books that we talk about. I hope you'll join us every other Wednesday night for Jen Spencer's 10-Minute Book Club. Tonight, I'm going to be interviewing K.R. Bailey. She's an old friend and an absolutely delightful person. You're going to love hearing from her. If you ask a question or leave a comment in the comment section below, you'll automatically be entered to win one of Kathy's books, Eaton's Ghost. And you're going to love hearing about it tonight. I am so excited to read this book. Remember that if you would like a free copy of Jesse and James, which is book 2 in the Cowboys of the Butterfly Ranch series, go to my website, Jen Spencer Author, and sign up for my newsletter. You will also want to read it because book 1, Rachel and Riley, came out in November, and they are both delightful Western historicals that I know you're going to want to get. Now, I'm so excited for you to meet K.R. Bailey. Kathy, hello. Thank you for being here.
It's nice to be here and join you today.
Oh, I'm so happy to have you on. Kathy and I are old friends. We met at Utah Romance Writers, in a romance writers group, and we've been friends ever since. And I saw her a few months ago at the library at an event and said, hey, come on my book club. So I am so happy that you've agreed to do it this time.
Well, I'm glad you invited me. This sounds fun.
Well, tell us about you and your writing and about your book.
Okay. Well, let's start out with I write I write under the pen name K.R. Bailey.
Okay.
I most of my books are contemporary modern day tales. They do have sprinklings of mystery and suspense, but I also have a couple of westerns and I also have a ghost story, which is kind of a fun one, which is I'll be talking about a little bit later.
Okay.
I think I must have known I always wanted to be a writer because I used to, years ago when I would travel, I always took a journal with me. Everywhere I go, I would stop and I would write down what I saw, what I smelled, the people I met, everything I could see. And I'd travel with my sister a lot and she would roll her eyes at me and say, do we have to do this again? But I ignored her and just kept on writing. But it wasn't until 2007 when a friend of mine talked me into submitting a manuscript. And I finally got the guts and sent it in. Had to do a couple of rewrites, which wasn't really fun, but it finally was published. And I guess that would be the beginning of my writing journey.
Oh, that's great. So when was it published? Did it take you a long time or was it fairly?
No, actually, it was with a small press. And so within a few months, I was able to get it published. And so it was published late in 2007.
Oh, that's
So,
great. That's
yeah.
great.
So,
And how many
anyway,
books have you got?
pardon?
How many books have you got now?
I have 20 books that have been published. Some are short stories. Um, a couple of them I have pulled back the rights from the publisher, so I'm in the process of resubmitting them. But some of them are written through small publishers, and then I've started publishing my own. So,
Wow, that's great.
yep,
So exciting.
what a journey! I've even started
Yeah.
dabbling with doing my own covers, so that's been kind of fun too.
Yeah. Well, so has any of your daily life kind of made its way into your books? I think about, because you've been through a lot of things. You lost your husband recently.
I did 3 years ago.
And how?
Actually, I have a story that was written after we lost my mom. That
Mhm.
was kind of geared around the things my dad went through when he lost her. And I've had some fun pets, like a Morgan horse named Rascal. And at one time, we actually even had a pet turkey. No kidding. He would follow us around going beep, beep. So we named him Beep, Beep. And he would laugh and he would follow us just like a little puppy dog. And
Wow.
so um, I guess most of my stories I've tried to include pets or hummingbirds, which things like that I love because I think they make life so much more enjoyable. So I've
Um,
had a chance to do a lot of traveling, and I always thought maybe I would put some of that in some of my books. But I've found that I really like just writing small towns. So most of my romances or most of my stories are small town. Most of them are here in Utah, just in places that I used to go with you for long drives with my husband, or when we go out hunting or something like that. So that's
um,
kind of become the setting of some of my books, and kind
oh,
of fun.
great. Yeah. Well, so tell us about this book, Eaton's Ghost, a Yellowstone ghost story. It sounds very interesting.
Yellowstone has always been one of my favorite places.
Mm.
And in fact, as a kid, mom and dad used to take us up there every year. And even now, it's not summer if I don't at least get a trek to Yellowstone. And so one day I was talking to my sister. She was telling me about her husband's dream. He was in Yellowstone. He was taking pictures, and every time he'd go to take a picture, there would be a ghost that would show up in his photo. And I remember thinking, wow, that could be a fun story.
Yeah.
My story is based around. There's a photographer who lost his wife, but he's found solace living in the West Yellowstone area, and he's had an assignment to do pictures in Yellowstone. But every time he goes to take a picture, a ghost, the face of a woman, shows up in his pictures. And about the same time, he meets a young woman who's a writer who's been enthralled with ghost stories, and they bump into each other, and she becomes very interested in his ghost that shows up in his pictures. But the shocker is it looks just like her. So anyway, in this book, you get to meet a couple of ghosts. You get to travel through Yellowstone, and then of course there's a scrumptious love story that I love. So, and I've been real thrilled with it. I've had some really good reviews on it. I had a couple of guys that say I don't normally read romance, but I love this book, so that was kind of fun.
Oh, wow. Yes, I love that. Wow.
Yeah,
It
it
sounds
was
like it
fun.
has something for everybody.
Yeah. So it was, yeah, that's been kind of fun.
Okay.
So
Well, and may I just say to everybody that if you haven't ever been to Yellowstone, think about taking a trip there this summer because
yes,
Yellowstone is one of the most remarkable, amazing places on earth. Everybody
see,
should.
that's how I feel. I love the wildlife. I love the beauty up there. I just love Yellowstone. So yes, I would encourage anybody to go to Yellowstone when they
Oh
have a
yeah,
chance.
all just the natural phenomena that are there. It's
It's
incredible.
amazing,
So,
isn't it?
yeah, so that book sounds awesome. I'm so excited to see what readers think about it. And
Yep, me
did it
too.
come out recently or is it
No, I had published it a year or so ago, but it's just been one of my favorites, and so I thought it'd be a fun one if anybody would like to read it. Like I said, it's just kind of applies to everybody. So
oh yeah, to talk about. Oh, so romantic. Sounds ghost stories are just so romantic if you take it in
yeah,
that direction.
yeah, really.
Well, Kathy, we are almost out of time. So I just wanted to ask you a couple of fun questions. One is, what is your favorite romantic movie?
That's a hard one. There's a lot of romance movies. I probably would say The Notebook.
Oh,
Um, I guess the reason I like that is it shows you started out with the young love, the excitement, the stupid, kooky things you do when you find that first love, that first kiss, all that. But then it moves on to a second chance when they've split up and they get back together again, and it's more of an adult love, and the choices they have to make,
hmm.
and the decisions that are so hard. And then it ends up with showing the enduring love of two people who've been together for years. And in fact, there's one spot in it where James Garner, who plays the main character, tells his children, "It doesn't matter where I live. Home is where my sweetheart is." His
Mm.
wife has dementia, and so but he's there with her to the very end. And I guess I just love that. It shows all the different facets of falling in love.
Oh, yes. Well, and I think that I love that one. I think that resonated with a lot of people because it did show all the stages of love and that love I feel like in that one love is a choice, right? And um
Yep,
you talk about falling into love, which doesn't sound like a choice, but once you're there and once you've fallen into it, it really is a choice because things sometimes get hard. Your life gets hard. The other person isn't always everything you dreamed they would be.
yep,
And I love that it kind of portrays that they made this choice over and over again to the point where at the end, like you said, his wife has dementia, but he is choosing to love her
Yes.
and to be with her. So
Yep.
love that.
Yep. That to me just I just love that idea. So
Yeah, that's a great one. Nicholas Sparks, I love his movies because, and I haven't read any of his books, but I've seen a lot of his movies. I love them because they're very real and they have very real love stories. I don't like them because someone almost always dies.
you're right. A lot of times he does have one that dies, but you know what? His books are really, really good. They're
Mm,
as good as the movies are. And so
I'll have to
um
read them.
yeah, they're easy reading, they're really enjoyable. I would definitely plug for him.
That's great. Well, there's a reason he's had so many books made into movies because they're
Yeah,
great stories with
that's
great,
for sure.
great themes and stuff. Okay, here is the last question. You're stuck on a desert island. Would you rather have a lifetime supply of chocolate or toilet paper?
Oh man. Let's see. You know what? I'm probably going to pick chocolate. I love chocolate. Most of my heroines in my books love chocolate, and I figure the toilet paper's not going to last you for the whole time anyway. So you might just as well go for the chocolate and figure it
Might as well enjoy life a little
out.
bit.
That's
I know
right.
I have one friend who she does not like chocolate, and I am always so puzzled by that. But,
Oh, yeah,
everybody has their own thing because I think just about everybody likes
true.
chocolate. So, well, Kathy, it has been such a pleasure. Readers, go check out Eaton's Ghost, a Yellowstone ghost story. It sounds so fun, so amazing, and so romantic. I'm really excited to read it. If you ask a comment, if you